I want to shine light on something we've probably all seen scrolling through social media, this self-love culture. You know what I'm talking about, those catchy posts saying put yourself first or choose you every single time. Well, there is some truth and good intentions behind these messages. There's also a darker side that's not really talked about enough. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Somewhere along the line, genuine self-care became blurred with selfishness and narcissism. Social media has churned self-love into something performative rather than authentic. It's become about creating the perfect image, the perfect routine, and the perfect lifestyle. Not because it genuinely nurtures us, but because it validates our egos and gets us attention. Think about it. When was the last time you saw someone post a messy, unglamorous moment of genuine healing? Probably not very often. Most times it's glamorous baths, expensive retreats, aesthetic journals, or beautiful yoga poses. Now, don't get me wrong, none of those things are inherently bad, but when self-love becomes about the image rather than genuinely respecting and nurturing yourself, then that's when we slip into narcissistic territory. It's also become about putting yourself above others, even when it's hurtful or unfair. Narcissistic self-care can look like ignoring friends or family who genuinely need your help just because it doesn't fit into your perfect routine. It might mean dismissing others' feelings or struggles because you're so focused on your own comfort and needs. Another sign is feeling entitled or acting superior because you think your way of living is better or more enlightened than others. We've all seen it. People sharing posts about how they cut off anyone who doesn't agree with their views or who makes them feel even slightly uncomfortable. But real self-care and genuine love include learning how to deal with disagreements respectfully, setting healthy boundaries without shutting others out, and taking responsibility for your own actions instead of blaming everyone else for your feelings and problems. Here's why this matters. Narcissistic self-care is empty. It's all surface level. It leaves us hungry for more because we're not truly connecting with ourselves on a deeper, authentic level. In turn, we are not capable of really connecting with others authentically. Instead, we're feeding an endless loop of validation, looking for external approval disguised as internal nourishment. And eventually this leaves us feeling drained, disconnected, and honestly, lonely. Real self-love isn't always pretty. It's actually often messy and uncomfortable. It means setting boundaries even when it feels awkward or painful. For instance, maybe your friend always asks you to stay up late to talk, but you know you need sleep. Saying no to them is hard, but it's an act of true self-care. It's about taking responsibility for your choices, even when it's tough, like admitting when you've made a mistake and choosing to learn from it instead of hiding from it. Facing these uncomfortable truths helps us grow. It might mean acknowledging habits we aren't proud of, like spending too much time on the screens or ignoring important tasks, eating unhealthy, or even treating people unfairly. Real self-love holds you accountable. It asks you to take responsibility, make amends when necessary, and actively choose to make better choices next time. This kind of self-love isn't always easy, but it's real, it's deep, and it genuinely does change your life. Social media's version of self-love often pushes others away instead of bringing us closer together. By promoting an idealized selfish lifestyle, it isolates us from genuine relationships and connections. When we're constantly focused on ourselves and our own happiness and image, we forget about the importance of supporting, understanding, and connecting with others. Over time, this creates loneliness because we've built walls instead of bridges. The more we depend on surface-level pleasures and fulfillment, the more disconnected we become from reality. Instead of facing life's real challenges and truly working through our emotions and struggles, we hide behind our own happiness and aspirations. Eventually, when we're alone, we're left with our true selves, facing uncomfortable feelings of sadness, anxiety, or even insecurity that hasn't been addressed. Social media's self-love doesn't help us heal. Instead, it often harms us mentally and emotionally because it avoids the real deep work that's needed in order to feel better inside. True healing involves dealing with uncomfortable emotions, working through problems directly, and genuinely growing as a person. So how can we shift back to authentic love? First, unplug intentionally. Regularly schedule breaks from all the screens and social media. When we quiet the noise from the outside world, we can actually hear what's going on inside. It's in that stillness that we learn what's truly bothering us, what we actually want out of life, and where we might need to change or grow. Reconnecting with yourself helps you to stop drifting and start living intentionally. Second, redefine self-care. Ask yourself, what actually nourishes me deeply? Emotionally, spiritually, and physically too. Maybe you just need to slow down. Maybe what you need isn't a spa day, but a nap, a real conversation, healthy meals, or being cautious with what you're filling your mind with. Nourishment can be a quiet morning walk, drinking more water, cooking your own meals, stretching your body, or saying no to something that actually really drains you. It's not always exciting, but it's real. Third, practice genuine humility. Remember, true self-love doesn't elevate you above others. It connects you deeply to them. It reminds you of your humanity, your imperfections, and your shared experiences. Real self-love fosters compassion and empathy, not superiority. Finally, check your motivations for everything you do. Are you exercising to feel good or to be admired? Are you helping someone because it fills your heart or because it just looks good? Are you saying yes to things that serve your growth or just trying to numb out and fill in time? Ask, why am I really doing this? This helps you to stay honest with yourself and build a life that's rooted in truth, not performance. From a spiritual perspective, true self-love aligns closely with humility, self-awareness, and compassion. Even scripture reminds us to love your neighbor as love yourself, highlighting the interconnectedness between genuine self-respect and relationships with others. Loving your neighbor as yourself means showing up with kindness, patience, and understanding. It might look like listening to someone without judgment or offering encouragement when they're struggling or being honest in a loving way, even when it's hard. It could mean forgiving someone who hurt you, helping a friend without expecting anything in return, or simply just being present for someone who feels alone. These acts come from a place of wholeness, not performance, and they actually reflect true self-respect, and that actually overflows into how you treat others. Because when you truly respect yourself, then you'll know how to respect others. So let's step away from performative self-love and lean into the authentic kind, the kind that nurtures us, heals us, connects us, and genuinely helps us grow as a person. Remember, genuine self-love isn't loud. It's quietly powerful, beautifully messy, and deeply transformative. Thanks for hanging out and being open to some real talk.